The thing about pasta challenges is that they always start out good, but eventually the sodium always catches up with them.
I lost count how many plates of pasta on that.
But figuring I was probably near the halfway point, I knew the last thing I could do was slow down. I was able to finish off the spaghetti and set my sights on the 5 cheese seating next.
You guys gotta comment down below what your favorite pasta dish is. Mine, what's coming up next?
Saving my favorites for last is a method I usually use to get through meals like this. But at this point, I was just hoping I was going to make it there.
I can't take it anymore. I need reinforcements. I know every Italian watching this video is going to cringe, but you know what? There's always a place for ranch in the party.
While the ranch was good, at plate 13, my body was fighting back.
I'm so hot right now. And not in a good way. I mean, actually, like, heat hot.
Even though I was eventually able to make it to my favorite pasta, I was beyond full.
Alright, 14 plates are down. I have quite the pasta to do right now.
Despite the fact I looked 18 months pregnant, I was within reach of beating my record, but I had 4 more plates to go. A few minutes later, I finally arrived at my old record.
Well, man, this is more pasta than any human being should be physically eating. I really just have nothing else to say except make carbs great again. Make this shirt if you love carbs like I do. I'm drinking bio.
To beat a record like this in the middle of a week-long eating challenge definitely surprised me.
Only really good news is I beat my old record.
But the target was 18, and a challenge is a challenge.
Jesus.
Completing this challenge was a total surprise.
Alright, I held up my end of the bargain. Let's try it. Yeah, already. Why do you go do that on the couch for just foil?
But it wasn't the only surprise of the night.
Yes, I would say that this would be the sense.
Even though I was beyond stuffed, I was glad that my persistence earlier that morning seemed to have worked. But I was about to find out why you should always be careful what you wish for.
We're on day 5. Last night was kind of a lot. I'm not gonna hope that today I get no food because I did that a few days ago and I feel like I cheated.
Like this kind of people think I should use 3 minutes and everything.
7 million followers. Oh well, they're not even gonna like it anyways. Well, it looks like I was wrong.
One Domino's pan pizza clocks in at 2,400 calories. Multiply that by 10, and you get 24,000 calories of pizza, which now I had to find some way to eat.
I just hope it doesn't have pineapple on it.
I knew there was no way I was going to be able to finish all these pizzas on day 5, so my strategy was to eat them over the next day or 2, which I thought was a pretty solid plan, until this happened.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I ate 10 Pizookies once. I'm thinking of trying to break my record. I think I should go for 12. Question mark.
The exact thing I didn't want to happen was now happening. While I could have kept eating the pizza, the sodium from the night before had fried my taste buds. So I decided to end this meal and set my sights on the Pizookies instead. My stomach's about to be more upset with my steroids after I stepped out last night. That's not offensive or anything.
Pray for my soul and my pancreas. I decided to get some no sugar out of ice cream because, you know, I watch my calories somehow.
My strategy was to go after the Pizookies, and if I still had the stomach space, work on as much of the pizza as I could.
8 out of 10.
On the plus side, after all the salt I'd eaten in the last few challenges, these Pizookies tasted incredible.
Sugar cookie. Oh, grapefruit. Pick that up later. Cherries, really? That's lame.
After the hot fudge Pizookie, I went after the one I got by mistake.
My least favorite, white chocolate macadamia nut. I'm gonna give that one a 3 out of 10. No offense, BJ's, but that just ain't happening.
After the 2 triple chocolate chunk Pizookies, things were actually going better than I expected, but a sugar crash was on its way, and it was about to hit me with full force.
The last one's, 8 out of 10. This next one, I have really no idea what it's doing on the menu, but we have a gluten-free Pizookie. A moment of silence for everybody out there that's gluten-free. This next one I'm very excited about. The strawberry shortcake. Had to get some fruit.
At this point, my worst fear was getting another reply in the middle of another meal. All I could do was keep eating and hope it didn't happen. We have the last 2 Pazookies, and if I can get these down, BJ's, I will have beaten your challenge. No offense, though, I probably won't be eating Pazookies for a long time after this. Fortunately for me, I didn't receive any other DMs for the rest of the night. Oh, my sweet goodness. But with how unbelievably full I was at this point, I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow morning. And the fact I had 20,000 calories of pizza still left for me to eat, I knew that if I did get another massive challenge, there'd be no way I was gonna be able to make it through the rest of the week. So needless to say, when I checked my DMs the next morning, I was a little nervous.
Day 6, 2 challenges.
No challenges was good news for me. Now I just had to focus on finishing the rest of the pizzas. Only 9 pizzas to go. Everyone, I have 9 pizzas on my table, and my goal is to have them all finished by the end of today. My strategy was to get as much of the pizza down as soon as possible. So if I did get any surprises later on, I'd have the stomach space to handle it. But as I started on the Wisconsin 6 cheese pizza, I realized that was going to be much easier said than done. Pizza number 2 is down. So we got next. I know a lot of people are going to be concerned about the calorie content of this challenge, but I just want to say, don't worry. I got some Diet Coke to help cancel out all the calories. After some hopefully obvious sarcasm, I moved on to the next pizza. Whew. And after that is when things really started to go down. Oh man, this is not going in a very good direction. Oh, look at that. I'm trying so hard to contain my excitement. And this is when the unthinkable happened. Sweet goodness, it has pineapple on it. Oh. Why did it have to be pineapple? Oh. The ranch may have been able to save me, but this pizza was taking up way too much space in my stomach. I can't believe I just subjected myself to that. I moved on to the barbecue chicken next, but at this point, pizza was the last thing on my mind. It just tastes like pizza at this point. My worst fear was getting another notification and having another massive meal. And with the noises my stomach was making, that was the last thing I needed. Which is why after counting the pizzas I had left and looking at the clock, I decided what my next move needed to be. My stomach is in another dimension, but I have 5 pizzas left. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna finish them. It was clear that all the food I'd eaten this week had caught up with me. So before I came back to the table a few hours later to eat more calories, I figured I would try and burn something instead. Dang it, this did get a little extra charred. There's some cheese action right there. The texture change definitely reinvigorated my taste buds, for the first few bites at least. My goal was to finish these pizzas. Sweet goodness. I should say, oh my soul goodness, because there's no sweetness at all in any of this. And with how full I was, that was starting to become less and less likely. I feel like I'm intoxicated with pizza right now. I don't even know what this one is. Looks like it has vegetables on it, which is probably really good for me right now. It just tastes like salt at this point. As I took each bite, I only got fuller and fuller. This was not looking good. I really don't like these right now. Sorry, down those. And with another entire day still left in this challenge, I could get a DM at any time. I knew I had to finish as much of this pizza as possible. Oh, man. Oh, I wish this was a vegetable. As I started on the 8th pizza, each bite was becoming more and more impossible for me to eat. All the dough, toppings, and cheese were taking up valuable stomach space. Why couldn't this just be a salad? I may have been able to make it through 7 pizzas. But with 2 left, I had reached my breaking point. Nope, can't do it. As midnight approached, I realized there was 0 chance I was going to be able to finish the last 2 pizzas. The only option I had was to save them for the last day. All I could hope for was an empty inbox when I woke up the next morning. All I gotta do is just finish those last 2 pizzas. I knew that getting through this day was going to be harder than I thought. This is going to be very rough. The only thing I could do was wait for my stomach to settle, which is exactly what I did for the next few hours. In, ironically, the same chair I was in a few days ago when this challenge first began. Boom! That's so sick. Even though it was almost 5 p.m., I finally sat down to get started on what I thought was the end. Oh, it's going to be a long time before I even want to look at pizza ever again. But little did I know, I was about to learn a valuable lesson. Food challenges are a lot like life. There's so much pizza. Sometimes you get hit with unexpected surprises. I feel like I'm 8,000 pounds right now. No. I just gotta finish this pizza. I was too terrified to even see who DM'd me. But all I could do was prepare for the worst. Well, everybody, the last pizza's down. But unfortunately, I'm not done. I can't bring myself to even look at the DM. I'll deal with it later. I'd like my dessert for tonight's video to be a ridiculous amount of caramel pecan buns. How many do you think it should be? Wiki facing OG. An hour later, I was out to cinema. Finally, it was time for me to actually open up their DM. Just like that. All I gotta say is, shout out to Cinnabon. The reply I got from Cinnabon reminded me of the old scene. Those who expect the worst, I love you, Cinnabon, can never be disappointed. Whoever said that sounds very wise and everything, but clearly they've never had a pizza place in their DMs before. Thank goodness that's all finally over. 5 large pizzas or 15 orders of pizza.
Damn.
Nope.
He set himself up for that one. He said no. I'm watching the other one. Where's the young guy's food first?
Alright guys, we just got back from Las Vegas and I got
I don't care about Las Vegas. I want to watch food. I want to watch food. I want to watch food.
No te preocupes, he estado negociando toda mi vida.
¿Estás segura?
Absolutamente sí. Hola, bienvenidos a Team Chevrolet. Solo necesito el mejor precio de la ciudad y el invoice. También es
June 20th, 2012. Inmate Gary Carl Simmons orders 2 supreme deep dish pizzas, 10 8-ounce packs of Parmesan cheese, 10 8-ounce packs of ranch dressing, a family-sized bag of burritos, 8 ounces of nacho cheese, 2 20-ounce cherry cokes, 1 supersized order of McDonald's french fries with mayonnaise and ketchup, and 2 pints of strawberry ice cream, all clocking in at a whopping 30,000 calories. In this challenge, I'm attempting to eat everything in this meal in one day. My strategy is to split this massive meal into 3 smaller meals. Before each meal, I'm going to let 3 pairs of dice choose the time limit for that meal. If I can't take down at least 10,000 calories at each meal, then I'll have to spin this wheel that has a bunch of other last meal requests on it. And whatever meal that the wheel lands on has to be eaten with the next meal. All right, so right now it's currently 1:18. My goal for each meal is to get down at least 10,000 calories. But before we get started, it's time to see what the time limit for meal number 1 is going to be. The time limit for meal number 1 is 17 minutes. Without further ado, everyone, let's make some bad decisions. Oh man, good thing I love ranch. Let's just get evenly dispersed here. Oh my goodness. It actually doesn't really look that bad. 3, 2, and 1. The next few hours of my life, cheers, we're about to get very, very cheesy. It's actually not bad. My strategy for meal number 1, use the pizza as a vessel for my ranch and cheese. Sweet goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did my best to enjoy the pizza as much as I could, but the time was running out. Everybody, so we got about 12 minutes and 45 seconds left. So much cheese.
Oh, you're too
As I
late.
finished off the rest of the pizza, flavor fatigue was already starting to set in. But I did my best to push forward anyways. Oh, man. There's a mess. This is right about when I realized that the messiness of the Parmesan cheese was going to be a huge problem for me. Figured I would have come prepared to the party with paper towels, but of course I didn't. I gotta say, everybody, the hardest part today is gonna be the cheese and the ranch. 8 minutes in, I gotta move to the next pizza. Pick that up later. Goodness gracious. Just need a moment of silence for my bowels. With less than 6.5 minutes left, I decided not to use my second bag of Parmesan cheese. Instead, I used my second bottle of ranch to go on the pizza. About 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. Oh my sweet goodness.
I only had a few minutes left to get over 2,500 calories down.
A minute, 49 seconds left. Oh man.
By the time the clock ran out, I was actually pretty sure that I had taken down 10,000 calories.
Alright, so 17 minutes is up. Everybody calculate the total calories.
After totaling up all the calories I had taken down, I came up about 575 calories short.
Well, everybody, it looks like I am well short of 10,000 calories, which unfortunately means I've got to spin the wheel.
The wheel landed on the meal of Steven Anderson. On January 29, 2002, Steven requested 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, cottage cheese with corn and horseradish, chocolate chip ice cream, and a slice of peach pie. This meal clocked in at about 1,500 calories. Since the wheel landed on this meal, the total calories I had to consume for this challenge increased from 30,000 to 31,500. Even though I failed meal number 1, I was still making progress. A few hours later, it was time to get meal number 2 started. After throwing some bread on a pan and dumping 1 entire bag of Parmesan cheese on it, I came up.
I love streaming. It makes me sleepy.
I threw 2 bags of Parmesan cheese on a pan, patted them down very lightly, and threw it in the oven for a few minutes.
Thank you!
I tossed both of them on a plate. I loaded up plate number 2 with corn, a radish, and some cottage cheese. Plate number 3 had a slice of peach pie and a few
Thank
sweet
you!
A few minutes later, it was time to take my cheese blanket out of the oven. After that, I had to figure out what I was going to do with the Doritos there, which I realized were party size. Simmons ordered a family size bag. Party size is actually 1 serving smaller than family size. To be as accurate as possible, I added 1 more serving of chips on top, along with 8 ounces of jalapeno nacho cheese and 4 ounces of sliced jalapenos.
Alright, but here we are. It's time to get meal number 2 officially started. Oh my sweet goodness. This is going to be rough. Before we get started though, I got to roll the dice and see what my time limit is going to be for meal number 2. I'm filming this on my phone so you guys can see. Reroll.
The time limit for meal number 2 was 23 minutes.
Let's do this. I forgot my ice cream. 3, 2, and 1.
With the sodium overload I was experiencing, I started with the ice cream first. And then I got to the cottage cheese. After a few painstaking bites of cottage cheese, I finally got to the corn. After taking that down, I got to the radish next. I think it's safe to say, I'm definitely not a radish fan.
Now I'm getting my very crispy grilled cheese sandwiches.
I was blown away at how good these grilled cheeses tasted. I wanted to get as much ranch dressing as possible down during this meal, so I used it as a dipping sauce for my grilled cheeses.
Woo! Sweet goodness, this is a lot of cheese. Oh my goodness. Oh, shout out to everybody out there on keto.
A few minutes later, I realized I had forgotten some leftovers from the other one.
What did I forget? I left over pizza crust from over.
After polishing off the breadstick with some ranch, it was finally time to go after the nachos next.
I just gotta get to these nachos.
For some reason, these nachos were extra crunchy. They were also very, very cheesy.
I don't know what this dude's obsession with cheese was, but wow. I really just had nothing to say except a long time before you eat cheese. After this challenge is over.
After more cheesy Doritos and more intense crunching, I finally could see the bottom of the plate through all of the Doritos.
These chips are really good in my... Excuse me, you know what I was about to say.
As I was finishing off the nachos, I decided to switch things up, and I went for the slice of peach pie, and it was everything I needed. With only a few minutes left on the clock, I was able to get down the rest of the nachos.
We'll be about 5 minutes left. Now, what I gotta do, get to this gigantic cheese blanket. And I just want to say, if you've made it up to this point in the video, why don't you just go ahead and just drop a cheese emoji down below in the comments. I'm actually just gonna make a cheese burrito out of this. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm doing this. It's actually not bad.
Using the rest of my ranch, I worked my way through the cheese blanket, but time was running out quick.
2.5 minutes left.
I stuffed back as many cheesy calories as I could, but as I started eating the second half of the cheese blanket, time ran out.
Unfortunately, I'm most definitely sure I did not reach 10,000 calories because I needed to get this bottle of ranch down and this ice cream. It's about 5:43 right now. It's time to spin the wheel.
Wicked, flip it, drumstick it.
Find a great rental car deal with Kayak. And find the confidence to do important things on your phone. Even if you still wear skinny jeans.
Hey, why are our dishes always getting water spots?
Didn't I just clean this?
Yeah. Hey, Gordon,
Heard you got water problems. We got you covered.
request your free in-home water test at Culligan.com.
This was the meal of Christopher Brooks. In 2016, Christopher Brooks notoriously ordered 2 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups along with 1 can of Dr. Pepper, clocking in at 385 calories. Since the wheel landed on this meal, that put my new calorie goal at 31,300.
Ow!
With only a handful of items left, I'm down
That
to
hurts.
Well, it's safe to say,
Really, really
I looked
hurt.
out big time on that one. It's still going to be a huge battle to get down to 3.
An hour later, I paid a visit to Golden Arches.
This is the last place I'm going to be right now.
Can I get 2 large orders of fries, please? And then I'm gonna get 2 large strawberry shakes, please.
At this point in the challenge, I was feeling it.
All I want to do is drink water. I'm just pouring 3 bottles of ranch I have in my pantry.
Alright, Brady, I'm going to tell us what's required.
At this point, I felt like my mind and my stomach were in another dimension. Eating a ranch and cheese regularly was completely out of the question at this point. So when it was time to make the next meal, I decided to pour all the fries in a bowl with some ranch and Parmesan cheese. I mixed everything up, added some more ranch, did some more mixing, added just a bit more ranch, and loaded up everything onto a tray. I popped it in the oven for a few minutes at 400 degrees. The result?
This is why I don't look at your comments.
I had up to 2 12-ounce bags of Parmesan cheese.
No, don't fucking show it. You fucking no.
Second cheese like.
Everybody, well, this
Your ass is getting banned for chat.
Oh, sweet goodness. That was quite the cheese baby. I have 2 bottles of ranch remaining, unfortunately. I have my cheese fries over here. I have my half-burnt cheese blanket. And then I have 2 very tasty looking pints of strawberry ice cream. I also have 2 McDonald's milkshakes over here as well and my Dr. Pepper. It is currently about 9 o'clock in the evening right now, which means I have about 2 hours.
And which means I'm going to bed.
In this challenge.
I'm still gonna be streaming.
The problem
It's true.
facing right now is that I really do not even want to look at cheese.
But the camera gonna be off though.
Oh man, good thing I love ranch. So I'm gonna do my best to use the strawberry ice cream and the rest of this to get through the unbearable amount of food fatigue that I'm about to face. Without further ado, this is meal number 3. Now, the article did say a can of Dr. Pepper, and so I'm going to pour what probably is about a can.
No.
I cannot believe I'm about to put this in my body.
That's what she said.
3, 2, 1. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but it's actually not bad. And it just occurred to me that I forgot something. Apparently this guy enjoyed his french fries with mayonnaise and ketchup. Now, if you have tried this combination out there, let everyone down below in the comments know about the deliciousness of ketchup and mayonnaise. It's called fry sauce. The first bit of fry sauce was surprisingly tasty. My strategy to get through this meal was to use the sweetness from the shakes and the ice cream to get through all the sodium. I just wasn't sure if it was going to work. There was so much salt in my body.